Pag-usapan natin ngayon ang post ni Lieutenant General Fillmore Bondiles Escobal. Retired general na ito, member of PMA class of 1991. Meron siyang post tungkol sa mga ginagawa ni Police Major General Nicolas Torre. Lalo na yung yung nangyari kay June Abenes. Yung pinailan siya ng kaso at nagkaroon ng pag-confisca o seizure ng cellphone at personal computer ng isang kilalang maisog leader. Okay, so ito, 1 hour ago ang post. As a senior police officer, nearing retirement on March 11, 2026. So, halos isang taon na lang. Police Major General Torres' actions expose a troubling ambition that is undermining the political capital of his superiors. So, ano bang ambisyon ni General Torre? Hindi naman niya klinaryo dito. Bahala na lang tayo. Ano yung ambisyon? Despite claiming to act without direct orders from higher authorities, he continues to initiate police operations designed to please his political masters. Okay, so maalala ko, una yung sinampahan niya ng kaso si Captain Dado, isang vlogger na sumusuporta sa mga Duterte. Pangalawa, yung kaso isinampan niya na mismo kay PRRD. Pangatlo, itong kaso kay June Abenes. So, yun yung mga high-profile actions ni General Torre. His most recent move, executing a search warrant to gather evidence for trumped-up charges aimed at suppressing freedom of speech and the press, raises serious concerns. Why not use his considerable police power and political influence to confront the CPP, NP, NDF whose actions have caused the trafficking and tragic deaths of countless misguided youth in pursuit of a fake revolution? So yun, ang tunay na kalaban ay yung CPP, NP, NDF. Yun ang point ni General Escobal. Just recently, on February 15, 2025, an armed encounter took place between the NPA Jaguar unit of the SMRC and government troops from the 67th Infantry Battalion, Philippine Army, led by Second Lieutenant Nadunsa, in Sitio Butigan, Barangay San Jose, Boston, Davao Oriental. This region was declared insurgency-free by President Marcos Jr. in December of 2022. Is General Torre not aware that the presence of CPP, NP, and NDF forces suggests that a legal front mass organization has resurfaced? Does he not have concerns about the resurgence of the true enemies of the Filipino people, those he has sworn to protect? So ito, very alarming ito, no? Alam ko yan, insurgency free na ang buong Davao region. Kaya lang, ito, sinasabi ni General Escobal is may nag-resurrect. Dumalakas na naman sila. Nako, dapat ito ang pagtuunan ng pansin. General Torres' increasingly evident political involvement is damaging not only to the PNP but also to his political backers. It is time for him to show true patriotism by focusing on the real threats of the nation and preventing further harm to both the institution and the country. His time and resources should be directed towards confronting the true enemies of the people those who have infiltrated the lowest and highest echelons of our government, the barangays, and including Congress. Once his masters have achieved their political goals, it remains to be seen whether they will remember him. He is simply a tool they will use and discard once they have what they want. His position of power is temporary. What will be etched forever is how he will be remembered. Does he really want to be remembered as a symbol of oppression? Ito, napakaganda itong last part ng ano. Ano ba ang mahalaga sa atin? Ano yung gusto natin na maalala tayo ng taong bayan? Yon, yung legacy ng Malacanang tungkol sa mga salitang binitawan ni Pangulong Duterte sa Cebu Indignation Rally kagabi. Ito, may post ang Philippine Star 31 minutes ago. Okay, basahin ko ha. Malacanang dismisses former President Rodrigo Duterte's claim that President Marcos is veering towards dictatorship as a tall tale from a man prone to lying and to inventing hoaxes. Mahilig daw magsinungaling. Nag-iimbento lang katang isip. So ito ang exact word ni Executive Secretary Bersamin. We treat the former president's baseless and ridiculous statements in the same way that Filipinos are dismissive of them. A tall tale from a man prone to lying and to inventing hoaxes. This hoax is another budol emerging from a one-man fake news factory. As our actions have consistently demonstrated, we will stay the course in upholding the Constitution, in adhering to the rule of law, and in respecting the rights of the people. Yon po ang pahayag ni Executive Secretary Bersamin sa Via Alexis Romero. Yan, just in Philippine Star. So, ang issue is, birada ni PRRD, Tatay Digong, ang administrasyong ito, ang Pangulo is, papunta na siya sa dictatorship, kagaya ng kanyang like father, like son. So, response ng palasyo, hindi totoo yan. That's a hoax o fake news. Budol. Tinawag na budol. Ito. Budol emerging from a one-man fake news factory. Grabe ang tag nila kay dati. One-man fake news factory. Anyway, ganyan lang. Parte ng politika yan. Batuhan ng maanghang na salita. Bahala ang taong bayan na maghusga kung sino ang nagsasabi ng totoo. Kaya tingnan natin itong people who reacted. Diyan ako. Yan ang paborito kong tinitingnan. Okay. People who reacted. Mahina. Okay. 4,200 people who reacted. Kasi 30 minutes pala ito. 3,300 ang tumatawa. 810 ang nag-like. So, ilang percentage ito? Halos 90% ang tumatawa o hindi naniniwala itong pahayag ni Executive Secretary Bersamin. Tinatawanan lang. Mas marami ang tumawa. Okay, comments. Obimer Custodia. Wow! Kinsay ng budol. 20 kilos bugas during election. Makadaog lang. Ha ha ha. O nga naman. Promise yun eh. Ako nga. Naniwala na kaya nilang abutin yung 20 pesos per kilo na bigas. Wala ring nangyari. So ano pa? Zion Praise. Si Bersamin po ay itinalaga ni Duterte as Supreme Court Justice. Kung ganon, nabudol ka pala ni Digong na naging Supreme Court Justice. And speaking of fake news, malala ko doon sa saan ba yun? PBBM rally sa Davao del Norte. Mismong bunganga ng Pangulo, sinabi niya, ang unang dumating sa Tacloban na nagdala ng tulong ay si Senator Tolentino in his capacity noon na MMDA chairman. Totoo ba yun? It's a common knowledge na ang unang dumating sa Tacloban after Yolanda na nagdala ng tulong ay yung grupo ni then Mayor Rodrigo Roa Duterte. So, ano ba yan? Sino ang nagsasabi ng totoo? Example, sa KOJC Seeds last year, ang Pangulo nagsabi, walang baril ang mga pulis sa KOJC compound. Ano ang katotohanan? Pulpak ang mga pulis. Sino ang nag-iimbento ng fake news? Ano pa? Flood control projects. Ipinagmayabang sa SONA. 5,500 control projects tapos na. Marami pang ginagawa after 2 days. Grabing baha. Sunod-sunod na yun. Nasaan ang mga flood control projects? Yun, nabangga ng barko. O kaya na-overwhelm. So, anyway, bahala na ang taong bayan kung sino ang paniniwalaan. Parte yan ng sa larangan ng politika may batuhan talaga ng maanghang na salita. Bahala na ang taong bayan.